Forge, Chapter 28. No, I did not tell them who stole my boots. Yes, that was a mistake, for it led to evil. But no, I would not go back and change it if I could. My friends woke to find me sitting in front of the fire, trying to warm my toes and dry my stockings. I explained my lack of boots, but gave few details on the attack. I claimed I'd been knocked senseless at the start of it. I had hoped that they'd be too tired or hungry or cold to pay much heed to my misfortune. Instead, they clustered around me and weighed the matter carefully. Eben sat on the log next to mine. My stockings are dry, he said, tugging on his boots. Put them on. You need to tell the sergeant, Faulkner said. Don't be a half-wit, Eben said. Sergeant Burns doesn't give a fig for Curzon. Then find a lieutenant, Faulkner says. Tell the new captain or report it to the brigade headquarters. The officers need to know what kind of thievery is afoot. He paused and cleared his throat. Beg your pardon, Curzon, for saying afoot. Ha! I put my left foot on my right knee and rubbed the bottom of it. There's no point in telling anyone. The officers know we're desperate for boots and blankets. And everything else, interrupted Aaron Barry. Their time is spent finding supplies for all of us, I continued, not chasing the rogues we'll never find. Greenlaw picked at his teeth with a splinter of wood. I'll tell the sergeant to mark you present but unfit for duty at roll call. So he can sleep all day whilst we work in the cold? Aaron's face twisted up with petulance. That's not fair. I agree, I said. We have 7 pairs of shoes and boots and 8 pairs of feet. We should take turns being barefooted. On your day without shoes, you get to stay in the hut. We should report as unfit for duty every day until spring, muttered Aaron. All of us. Enough! The loud shout came from the meekest of us all, Benny Edwards. He stepped up to Aaron and stuck his fingers in his chest. Go on, take your poxy bones down to the redcoats. You're just the sort they deserve. You're an idler and a traitor, Aaron Barry. Everyone started shouting then, accusing, cussing, and venting their spleens with fury. The winds blew outside fierce, but could not match the storm of discontent in our hut. Benny poked Aaron in the chest one more time. Aaron swatted away the lad's hand. We all tensed, expecting Aaron to throw a punch, but he stood still, swallowing over and over his fist, shaking by his side. Finally, Aaron gave a mighty sniff, and to my astonishment, he blinked back tears. Next time you call me a traitor, you shall regret it, runt. If the rest of you mangy lot can withstand this encampment, I can too. Eben pulled a louse from the stockings and pinched it to the fire. That's what passes for an apology from the Barry side of the family. The blizzard ambushed all conversations after that. For the first 2 days of the storm, we received no rations, but we continued building the abyss and other fortifications. I wore Eben's boots the first day and Aaron Barry's shoes on the second. Both gave me blisters that popped and bled. Towards the end of the second day, the snow fell faster than any of us had ever seen, and we were sent back to our huts early. Messengers sent to Congress in New York rode only a few miles before turning back, afraid that they would die of bitter cold. Wagons could not pass through the thick snow. Ice choked the rivers and stopped all the boats. On the third day, it began with heavy knocks on the door. No roll call today, shouted Burns. No work details. Stay in your hut. We ate fire cake for every meal that day and the next, and we were grateful for it. On the 5th day and the 6th, we only had water, flavored with bark, bone chips, and a piece of leather. We later heard that a fellow in General McIntosh's brigade grew so hungry in the storm that he stole a tallow candle from an officer's hut and ate it. Never heard what happened after they took him to the hospital. There were whispers that some of the companies had cooked the meat of the dead horses, but no one ever admitted to it. There was also whispers of petitions being written by the common soldiers like us, begging their officers, General Washington, and most of all the Congress, to ease our suffering. We talked about writing too, but we had no paper to write upon.